He was called a bust before he even put on a jersey. He was labeled a mistake before he took a single snap. And now, he might be the biggest steal of the NFL draft. Teams passed on him. Scouts doubted him. Media tore him apart. But the Atlanta Falcons? They saw through all the noise. They saw a warrior. And now the same player everyone ignored is becoming the name everyone is talking about. This is the rise of James Pierce Jr. And it could change the future of the Atlanta Falcons. No one expected this. Not like this. James Pierce Jr. fell further in the draft than anyone thought possible. The buzz before draft night was full of rumors, doubts, and whispers. People were talking, scouts were hesitating, and headlines were brutal. Some called him a gamble. Others said he wasn't even worth a pick at all. It felt like the entire league had suddenly turned its back on one of college football's most dangerous edge rushers. But in the middle of all that doubt, one team didn't blink. The Atlanta Falcons looked past the fear, past the media noise. They saw something special in Pierce, something real. While other teams ran away, Atlanta ran toward him. And now, that so-called risk is turning into one of the most exciting stories of the entire offseason. This is the kind of move that builds a new era. James Pierce Jr., the player they said was too risky, too raw, too unpolished, has arrived in Atlanta. And Falcons fans, take a deep breath, because early signs say we might have struck gold. Remember the pre-draft drama? Everyone was questioning his maturity, his attitude, even his love for the game. Some draft boards reportedly removed his name completely. He was mocked, judged, forgotten. But none of that mattered to the Falcons. They saw talent, drive, and production. Most of all, they saw a young man who just wanted to play football. From the moment James stepped into Flowery Branch, everything started to change. Coaches noticed. Players noticed. The media couldn't ignore it anymore. Suddenly, the same people who doubted him were saying the same thing. This kid is different. He's quiet, focused, disciplined. Not chasing fame, not causing drama, just putting in the work, day after day, through rookie minicamp, through OTAs, and now, in mandatory minicamp, he's done nothing but impress. But here's where it gets really crazy. The Falcons didn't just draft him, they traded back into the first round to go get him. They gave up a 2026 first-rounder, a 2025 second, and a 2025 seventh, just for the chance to steal him before someone else did. That's not a fluke. That's conviction. They knew the rumors weren't real. They knew the dip in sacks didn't tell the full story, because if you actually watched his tape at Tennessee, you saw it. James Pierce Jr. was a one-man wrecking crew. Back-to-back seasons with elite pressure and win rates. No other edge rusher in the class came close. His sack numbers may have dropped to 7.5 last year, but offensive lines were throwing everything at him. Double teams, chips, sliding protections, anything to stop him. Even then, he still racked up 55 pressures. That's not luck. That's dominance. And the Falcons saw it. They saw a young man who kept his head down while others were talking, who stayed humble, who answered critics by working harder, not talking louder. Head coach Raheem Morris said it best. He's smart, sharp, and focused. He makes eye contact. He asks the right questions. He speaks like a pro. Atlanta didn't just draft a player, they might have found a future leader. So now the question is, did the Falcons get it right? Do you believe James Pierce Jr. is about to shock the league? Rate your confidence in this pick from 1 to 10. And let me know in the comments. Could he be the next star in Atlanta's defense, or is it still too early to tell? Drop your thoughts below, because this conversation is just getting started. He's not flashy. He's not loud. He's not posting quotes on social media or chasing headlines. James Pierce Jr. is just locked in, focused on one thing, getting better every single day. And head coach Raheem Morris, he sees it. He knows this kind of player. In fact, he's seen it before. Morris compared Pierce's calm, serious mindset to that of A.J. Terrell, one of Atlanta's quietest but most respected defensive stars. This wasn't just a random comparison. It was a message. It was trust. Morris decided early on, these two need to be around each other. Terrell and Pierce, two soft-spoken guys who don't need to talk trash to let you know they're coming. They let their hits do the talking. And Falcons fans, imagine that combo. A young rookie fresh out of college, now learning the ropes next to a proven NFL defender. It's not just smart coaching, it's a masterclass in building leadership through quiet strength. Because let's be honest, the jump from college to the NFL isn't easy. One moment you're dominating at Tennessee, and the next you're in a locker room with grown men fighting for their careers. You don't just need talent, you need guidance, you need mentorship, and Pierce is getting that right away. But here's what makes this kid special. He's not chasing the spotlight. He doesn't want the fame. He wants the grind. He's not trying to be famous. He's trying to be great. When they asked him about the hype, the noise, the critics, his answer was simple. I let my tape do the talking, and let me tell you, that tape is loud. Now here's where things get wild. The narrative that crushed Pierce before the draft, the stories, the whispers, the doubts, it's starting to feel like a trick, a total misdirection. And somehow it worked, because it let one of the most dangerous edge rushers in the draft fall all the way to pick 26. So let's say it loud and clear. To every single team that passed on him, thank you. Thank you for falling for the noise. Thank you for letting the Falcons walk away with a player that looks like a future star. Because if what we're seeing is real, if this is who James Pierce Jr. really is, then Atlanta didn't just get a good pick, they got a cornerstone. That's the word, cornerstone. A guy you build your defense around, not just because of his numbers, but because of his mindset, because of the culture he brings. And that's the key to this whole story. It's not just about sacks and pressures. It's about culture, about building a locker room full of guys who want to compete, who care about winning, who care about each other. Pierce isn't avoiding the spotlight because he's hiding from something. He's avoiding it because it's a distraction. He's not here to perform for the cameras. He's here to earn respect, one play at a time. The Falcons coaching staff didn't just look at his stats. They did the homework. They made the calls. They spoke to the people who really knew him, and they realized something the media completely missed. James Pierce Jr. doesn't need to talk. His game does it for him. That's why Atlanta made a move that took guts, a trade that gave up serious future value. A 2026 first-round pick, a 2025 second, and a 2025 seventh. That's not a casual decision. That's a full-on statement. They had already taken a defensive playmaker earlier in the draft. They could have stopped. They could have played it safe. But when they saw Pierce still available at pick 26, they didn't hesitate. They pounced. Because without the so-called character concerns, let's be real, this guy probably goes top 10, maybe top 12. His tape is that good. His motor is that relentless. And now, he's a Falcon. So what do you think, Falcons Nation? Was this move bold? Was it risky? Or was it the smartest thing this front office has done in years? Let's talk about it in the comments. Rate this pick from 1 to 10 and tell me, are we looking at Atlanta's next defensive star? Let's bring it all full circle. Because Raheem Morris didn't just accidentally pair James Pierce Jr. with A.J. Terrell. That move, that was on purpose. That was calculated. That was leadership. Morris saw two guys who don't need to scream or pound their chests to get noticed. Two guys who speak with their actions, not their words. Guys who carry that quiet, dangerous confidence, the kind that every great defense needs. Think about the best defenses in NFL history. The Ravens, the Legion of Boom, the '85 Bears. Their backbone wasn't just one loud personality. It was the ones who showed up every snap, every down, every single day, and led by example. That's what the Falcons are building right now, a foundation of real toughness, quiet fire, and unmatched effort. And guess what? It's already starting to click. Reports out of rookie minicamp and OTAs say James Pierce Jr. is turning heads fast. Explosive first step, non-stop motor, instincts that can't be taught. Coaches are raving about him. Veterans are already respecting him. And the buzz inside Flowery Branch, it's different this year. You can feel it. There's energy, there's hope, there's belief. But here's where things get juicy. The national media, they're still stuck in the past. They're still reading the pre-draft script, the one that painted Pierce as a gamble, a maybe, a concern. But we know better now, don't we? While they're sleeping on this kid, Falcons fans, we're witnessing something real, something special, a possible breakout, a possible steal of the draft. This isn't just about a rookie edge rusher. This is about a young man rewriting his own story in real time, right in front of our eyes. This is about redemption, resilience, and relentless determination. He was doubted. He was passed over. He was pushed aside. But now, he's here. He's working. He's growing. And he's making it very clear he's not here to ride the bench. He's here to change the game. And let's be real. When the regular season kicks off and James Pierce Jr. lines up across from those big-name offensive tackles, the ones with huge contracts and big reputations, you better remember this moment. Remember the rumors. Remember the doubt. Remember how nobody wanted to believe in him, except Atlanta. Because this kid, he's going to turn every whisper into fuel. He's not trying to go viral. He's trying to get violent in the trenches. And for a team that spent years watching missed opportunities and heartbreaking what-ifs, maybe, just maybe, James Pierce Jr. is the first sign of what's next. A new chapter, a new attitude, a new identity. Now it's your turn, Falcons family. Are you fired up for James Pierce Jr.? Do you think he could be the future face of our defense? Could this be the pick that changes everything? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't hold back. Rate his ceiling on a scale from 1 to 100. Is he just a solid player, or a future Pro Bowler in the making? And if you're riding this wave with us, if you feel this new energy in Atlanta, go ahead and smash that like button and share this with every Falcons fan you know, because this season feels different. And James Pierce Jr., he might just be the spark we've been waiting for. Rise up, go Falcons. Let's get to work. Yellow Bird.